Worry about a hater? Not me. What? Turn to the max, no sleep. Smoke the 100 joints to the face. Give a fuck what a bitch nigga say. Everything about me. Everything about me.
Hey, we back. Welcome to Uninformed, where
Another one.
the only guns you're going to find us pulling out live is on Twitch, all right? Get correct.
These guns, baby.
Yeah, those guns too.
Hey, man.
Like that.
We're going to have to put an age restriction on this video, bro, dude. Kids not allowed.
Bro, you need a gun rack for them, bro. Holy shit.
This guy's trying to get us canceled, pulling out his guns on the screen, bro.
Eddie, it's your turn.
Man.
I want to see you rip that sweater, bro.
See Skip Bayless talking about it on...
Like some bust out of it.
He called it the iron. He's like, that iron.
Bro, speaking of guns, man, MORANT, what a jackass.
Yeah, we definitely have to talk about that because I didn't realize that there were so many different incidents that he's been in up until like the two gun incidents. But that guy's wild now. Have you heard about that? I didn't watch the clip.
What's up?
Have you been following that, MORANT?
Not too much, but enough to know that he did it again. He did the thing.
Dude, that's not even the worst part of it. The worst part of it is like when there's some shit going down, his mom calls him and says, "Yo, these guys are giving me lip. They don't know who my son is." And then he rolls up with a squad of people like, bro.
Yeah.
Your mom.
Are you serious?
Uh-oh.
Damn, you're right out of the gate, dude.
I'm done with this guy, man. It doesn't even matter the platform at this point. Hey, welcome back, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. But it's crazy to think, man, that your mom would put you in that situation.
Yeah, I wonder what her deal is. Why is she getting into so many different altercations with people? Was she the one that started the whole thing at the mall with the security guard?
Yeah, it was at a Foot Locker, and I guess I don't know what happened. The person that was helping her, she didn't appreciate. I don't know what happened, but she ended up calling Ja, and then he showed up with like 9 dudes, like pounding on the door because the employee fed in the back, and he was saying like, "I'm gonna beat your ass," and it's just like, bro, you got 9 cats over there, and you got some high school kid with probably barely has some like hair on his balls, and you guys are just all gonna jump him, like. How tough are you? You know?
Yeah, punched
and
out
they got
a
Paul
17-year-old.
Got Paul Blart's face, bro. Leave Paul Blart alone, bro. Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. It's crazy.
Missing out on so much money too. That was the reason he didn't make the All NBA team, right? Because he got suspended for that time period.
I bet you it was some BS, dude, about how they couldn't refund some shoes that she got, and they had to put it back on the original card that they swiped for them. And she didn't have it, bro. So she's like, "I want my money right now." That's my thoughts. I've seen it.
Yo, that's speculation, homie.
I'm reaching probably a little bit, but still.
Probably something. There's probably some bullshit too. Because she got into an argument with there was another incident that happened at I think it was MORANT's sister's volleyball game. And she called him up and was like, "Hey, come and mess these kids up," or whatever. Like,
really?
Yeah, so there was another situation that I had no idea about. Apparently when they played the Indiana Pacers, they all got into it. And apparently he was in an SUV and they were shooting. The Pacers players claimed that they had lasers shining on them from guns, dude.
Yeah.
You probably got to stay strapped at this point, dude. It's just
they just have a little.
They just catch them on 4K all the time now.
That's wild. I don't know how I completely missed that, but there's one dude who, so the most recent incident, I don't know exactly what the situation was, but somebody made a good point. They're like, if he's in his yacht, like if he's hanging out at his crib and he has a gun and it's in his name, what's the problem with that?
There is none.
I mean,
Was that the scenario?
you are a role model, but I mean, kind of has a point. If you're chilling at your crib and you got a gun registered in your name and it shows up on camera, like, you know, you're not blasting it at people.
Was that the
See,
first?
was he threatening people with it?
Yeah.
They were in their car listening to music, and his buddy went on IG Live, and they were just jamming out, and he apparently flashed a gun. That heater.
You could have had it tucked away though, no? Like, I guess that would be the argument. It was like, why do you have your gun out like that? I guess.
You know,
I don't know.
You never know what's gonna happen.
It's true.
You never know who's gonna roll up, bro. You gotta keep that thing,
True.
that thing on me.
Stay ready, dude. type of vibes.
Gotta stay strapped. I don't know. That's just wild. If you have to stay strapped, like, and you're making that much money, you just got to get a team around you. You just got to have security. Can't be putting the bag in jeopardy. I don't know. That's just me. I don't really I don't understand the need to act cool with a gun though.
Yeah, man. He's already looking cool on the court, dude. What more do you want?
Hey, not gonna be looking cool on the court anymore.
It might be a persona thing. Maybe they try to put up this persona or something, but I don't know. And like,
Eddie, I can't even hear you, my guy. Hey, you're lucky there haven't been any resumes that have been coming in. I'll be honest.
Man, I tell this guy 100 times, bro. This is the biggest I told you so moment ever. This guy on net zero, dude. AOL dial-up.
What type of internet do they have in Idaho Falls? How does Jake have better internet than you?
Yeah, dude. Dang, no comment from it, dude.
No comment.
Because Eddie's on the please, bro.
Yo. You guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know what it is. Gotta mix it up and figure out where else to go. I might have to start doing this shit in Aberdeen, I guess, every time we do it.
Yeah, Aberdeen, Washington, everybody. Aberdeen, Washington.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Persona, maybe Persona. I'm kind of curious to see what they do because that's the second time doing it and wondering how they'll handle it this time around. Because
big suspension, maybe.
I mean,
NBA does business with China, man. They still need the money. They're gonna be like, hey, hit him with the suspension and get his ass back.
I don't know, man, because I feel like especially when this isn't like bro, this is shit that you can control. Like, how big of an idiot do you have to be to pull this thing up on like IG Live? Like, you don't think they're watching? Like the team already kicked him off. They already suspended his ass.
I don't understand the whole IG Live. I'll be honest. I've like got on there before and I've tuned into some people's like. I think I turned into. I went on to Party Next Door one time. He was doing an IG Live, not having any conversations. He was listening to music and just singing. Everyone in the chat. It's like.
You just like reading what people say?
No, he wasn't even saying anything, and then he just ended it. And
maybe he was testing it out. He's like, I wonder what this is about.
It wasn't his song. And then it was somebody else's song.
They're like, nah, fuck this.
You just leaked it or what?
I don't know. I don't know what I don't get. I don't understand it. Unless you're
feel
going
like
on IG Live to like give a message, right? Let's say you're coming out with a product and you're like, "Hey, going live, big announcement." Like
Yeah.
these guys are chilling at their house listening to NBA YoungBoy, flashing their guns. You're real tough.
I've never even heard of that guy.
That's besides the point, Eddie. That's besides the point. They could be listening to fucking Kelly Clarkson over there, flashing their nines. You're like, doesn't matter.
Hey, man, since you've been gone, blah, blah, blah.
It's wild. It's wild.
It's crazy, bro. These people are wild, man. They can't control themselves anymore.
He was like a 200 IQ play, dude. He's just trying to get away from the Grizzlies without actually saying he wants to get away from the Grizzlies.
He wants out of Memphis. Maybe.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know. Memphis is people being shot over there for sure. Rappers and stuff.
My favorite rap group came out of Memphis.
New Elvis?
No, that ain't no rapper.
Oh, my bad. I've been out of touch. 3-6 Mafia.
Bro, I freaking love 3-6, bro. 3-6. Yeah, man. Bangers. Yeah, it's probably my favorite. Hands down. By far. One of the greatest rap groups ever, bro. I'm so stoked when they won the Grammy for, wasn't a Grammy, it was an Academy Award.
There's no way you're talking about this again. Change the subject.
Oh, did we?
Eddie! Yo, you're seriously you're off the pod. I don't even need a resume from anybody, bro. You're off.
Anybody with a heartbeat, come forward.
That song is a banger, bro. Song is a banger.
That movie was actually really good, though.
Movie.
Yeah, what movie?
Hustle and Flow? No? Am I tripping?
I don't think I've seen it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's what it came from. It was best original song for a movie, and it was that song.
Facts. See, I got my music knowledge all the way up.
I'll have to check it out. I'm lost.
What's my guy Howard? What's his name? He was the original War Machine.
Oh, that guy?
Howard Stern.
Yeah, what's his? No,
He's a detective in Four Brothers, right?
Dwight Howard.
Oh, shot, dude.
Yeah, I can't.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence
Howard. There we go. Yeah, bro.
T. Howard.
Lucius. Yeah, he was the original War Machine. Yeah. People forget about that.
Why did he?
Not me.
So, what was the situation with that? Was he not like happy with the bag that they were offering him to continue doing it, or what? He wanted a bigger role, maybe.
I think he wanted more money, bro. I think he wanted like Robert Downey money, but I'm not sure. He did want a bigger bag, though.
I feel like that's what it always comes down to. Right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, all about that money, bro.
Do the people that are associated with the franchises, do they get paid royalties based off of like movie sales, or like if they play it on TV or anything like that?
I don't think so, bro. I think they get probably just paid like a flat $25 million to star in this movie, right? I mean, even if you make $25 million, what do you need royalties for, bro? That sets you up for life, Holmes.
Royalties you don't have to do anything. That's just money that comes in. Why not?
Do people make royalties for movies?
I don't know. We should start a management company and like pitch, like make that. We should be representing people and being like, hey, the only way we're doing this movie is if my guy gets a percentage of every movie that sells Lifetime, part of the franchise. Anytime you play on TBS, TNT, Disney Plus, whatever, we want to cut. And they're probably like, all right, we'll just cast somebody else.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
So like, yeah, you're fired.
How much do you?
That's what
think,
Michael
like,
Jordan's
TV
mom did.
stations- but for shoes though,
What's the difference?
I don't know. I feel like
If you were an action figure, if I am, let's say I'm Thor, and I sell an action figure and it looks identical to me, I should be getting a cut off of that. That's a physical thing that you're actually getting. You're using my
Well, then
likeness.
why wouldn't the book guys, right? The guys who actually created these characters. Why wouldn't they get that, right?
They
Because
probably
you're
do.
playing a character based off of someone else's idea. You know,
They had to
You're
buy
not
the right.
playing an
They had to
original
get the
character.
rights from that person though.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but like to say like for every a Rocket Raccoon toy that you sell, I want a piece of it. It's like I don't know. I don't quite understand that.
Yeah,
know,
you don't
like if Brad,
because you're not next level like me. Next topic. No, I'm just kidding.
How does that work though?
Next level of them glasses, bro.
How would that work though?
Trying to
Like
get my Jeffrey Dahmer on.
all of like, so like Stan Lee, of course, like over. We could probably all agree like he's like over like Marvel, right? Like the characters, he designed them. He's like.
I mean, he was
person.
the original creator of the.
How does it eventually get though from like Spider-Man being owned by Sony and that just having a whole difficult time trying to merge with like the MCU? You know what I mean?
Money, man. They want a portion of the profits, and Disney's like, well, we'll cut you this much, and they're like, nah, fuck that. We want this much, and it's just like, bro, we.
So they're doing exactly what I just said.
But
so I'm not next level. They're already doing that. It's just the companies, and it's not the actors.
You're hired, not Schwein.
Yeah, it's I don't think the actors have. They're already getting paid like a flat rate. Ain't no way these companies are like, what actor is big enough where they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you, 2% of every figure we sell of Star Lord.
Morgan Freeman.
I can't even think of a figure that he would play. What is he going to play?
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, bro, he's gonna.
Hey, locked in again. Let's go.
He's gonna freaking. They're gonna sell Shawshank Redemption action figures. No shot, bro.
Hey, there's a market for it.
Bullshit
for his kids.
Yeah, bro. No shot. They're gonna have a playset of him crawling through the shit. I don't think so.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I ain't buying that shit, dude.
Yeah, I think the closest kids who probably had the most, like, the highest likely chance of getting any sort of royalties for figures was probably the Harry Potter cast.
True. That would be. Yeah.
Because man,
that would be a good
toys were everywhere.
Yeah, I just had a Harry Potter Lego, the character over here. Yeah, how does Lego do it? Lego just is like, hey, just let us use all of your characters, and we're just gonna sell them. And
I'm sure they
get them a percentage back.
It's like Fortnite.
Bro, it's just like a market for everything, huh?
It's like Fortnite, but with Legos.
I mean,
just do licensing
Fortnite
deals.
Though.
Yeah.
Fortnite has to be probably the most profitable video game possibly ever created, right? Next to maybe
I don't know.
Warcraft, I would assume.
I mean, Lifetime.
They know what they're doing, bro. Offering a game for free, and you just have like kids going mad crazy in the market, dude. Just like, I love Black Panther, man. Let me get that skin. Take my money. Like,
yeah. Mom, can I get $10?
Stealing credit cards, bro. Oh my gosh.
I bought Tayson some V-Bucks today for his birthday, and he immediately went and purchased the Goku Black bundle, and he's waiting for the Miles Morales skin to drop in there. And I'm like, yo, these things are gone already. And they just keep coming out with characters. And you can do it forever.
And they don't even have to change the game at all, bro. They just add his skin to it.
For reals, dude. It's
even
endless,
the dances,
bro.
The dances, think about how much money they generated as well.
Yeah,
Renegade.
Those guys,
Song's catchy
guys
though.
hit the nail on the head with that Fortnite.
Are those dances that they incorporate into the game, like, are they like, do they come from different places, or does someone, or are they like Fortnite dances? Like, oh yeah, that dance came from Fortnite. You know what I mean?
Some of them are like original ones that, like a lot of the ones that come in the battle pass. I guess not now, but the ones that were previously in the battle pass, like some of them were kids online doing dances, and they would take popular. Like I think the Orange Justice one, that one came from a kid online doing some dance. A lot of them are TikTok dances now. The original one came from Scrubs. That like the default dance is a dance from Scrubs.
The TV show?
I'm pretty sure that's what I saw.
What?
Let me see if I can find it.
I can picture one of those guys doing that dance.
Huh. I wonder if
Scrubs of everything though. Like that's wild.
Yeah, I wonder if you choreographed a dance and maybe they bought it from you. Like, would you get a percentage of that?
No, they gotten. So that was something that they actually went through with. I want to say it was with Scrubs. Dude, what?
There was some other guy that they were like, he was saying that Fortnite stole his dance.
I've heard that.
I don't remember what dance it was.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple times.
Can you see my screen?
It's black.
It says you started screen sharing, but there it is.
There we go.
Okay.
This whole thing, dude. That's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the dance that it came from.
That's definitely you.
Yeah, that's the one.
That looks just like it, bro.
It's gonna do it too. See?
Oh, what the heck, dude?
The same scene, but with Fortnite overlaid. Okay.
Bro,
Here we
that's
go.
nuts, dude.
That's pretty dope that they incorporated it into it right off the get-go, though.
I've never...
Someone employed over there is like, yo, the dance from Scrubs. We gotta get on that.
They probably just watched that episode. They're like, we're throwing this in there.
That's wild.
Do you think they had to pay for that, or would they? Or
no, they didn't. They got sued for it.
They did.
And then I think they went to court for it. Let's look it up.
That's crazy, bro.
That's
people be out here.
How can you can't really like own a dance?
Yeah, I think that was the reason that they didn't get in trouble. Because you can't like, claim.
Literally anybody could have done that.
Because they were being challenged by the backpack kid who does the floss.
The glasses, huh? Or maybe he doesn't have glasses. I'm not sure.
Glasses.
I thought it was the kid that does that video with the Daniel, or what's his name, Daniel something. That "Be My Lover" song that they were rocking to. Yeah, the shoot and stuff.
What about that one dude? What's that one guy? He's like, "Damn, baby," and he does the wiggle or whatever.
Yeah, he's in that video. We love baby Yale.
Yeah, you're good at that, bro. That's how we should start these podcasts.
Right, I used to watch those guys all the time, bro. He'd be like getting his tacos and stuff, and then just jump on the table. I'm like, this guy's wilding out.
The few that I watch, bro, you'd be playing basketball games with like girls with big butts, and he'd just be like, yeah.
So yeah, it looks like there was a lawsuit, but it was dropped because you can't claim, you can't like copyright a dance.
Yeah, because it's someone who murders someone's gonna be like, I was the first person to murder someone.
Shut up, bro.
I stabbed him 6 times first. You can't do that. That's my thing. Golly.
Hey, Jack the Ripper.
That's the issue with a lot of You see, the Ed Sheeran just won his lawsuit because he had been sued about using similar chords to another song from Marvin Gaye, and it's like, okay, at this point,
But
like,
there's only so many chords like in music that you could play, bro.
yeah, and like, I think it's if you're listening to a song and you don't like it, your immediate thought is to go and be like, oh, it sounds exactly like that. Who cares? There's so many. It's interpolated or in however you say it, interpolated. So you only change the key, but you keep the structure the same. You can't do that, but you're doing it at the same time. It's like, shut up, shut up.
Yeah, I was watching The Voice with my tia, and some guy who was Harry Styles. What was the band that he was in?
One
Hold
Direction.
on, I'm gonna get right for you. And if you give a good opinion, I'm gonna turn around just like in The Voice. One Direction.
One Direction. There's a judge on there, and he came out with this song that sounded just like what's that song Harry Styles came out with? What it was, or how it was, or whatever. She sounded just like it, bro.
Oh, just like what?
Hey, I'm not hitting my button for you. I just know that.
Bitch, if I started serenading you, you might fall in love with me. We don't want that.
Just kidding. Harry Styles is on The Voice now?
No, it was some dude on One Direction, and the song that he came out with and he performed sounded just like that big Harry Styles song that just came out. As it was. As it was.
As
That's
it
what the
was.
song's
That's
called.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah. And it sounded just like it, bro. Just like it.
You probably stole it.
Did he sue him?
No, he must have just come out with it because he performed it. He's like a
Oh,
Probably didn't care.
less guapo version of it.
Niall Horan just came out with a new project. I'm pretty sure.
That's what I'm pretty sure that's his name. Yeah, because he's a voice on the judge. I didn't realize he was part of One Direction. Mhm.
That Harry Styles
so
album
lots of-
is banging for sure.
Out of 10.
Bro, I like that album.
It's actually a really good album.
Yeah, me and him get confused a lot.
I could see it. That's
Yeah,
that suave hair that you got going
People
on.
confuse you for Harry Styles.
We get confused all the time. Bro.
You hanging around a lot of like shelters for blind people.
I couldn't even name one. Yeah, it's all too common, man. Blessing and a curse.
What's a shelter for blind people, bro?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just made it up. Next topic.
Oh, it's like,
A house.
that's a thing, bro.
As a host, I'm allowed to call it. Next topic.
That was pretty.
Jake, what inspired the haircut?
Bro,
Heisenberg?
it's too much, dude. Oh, I didn't go like full on bald or anything, dude. I still got some hair.
Yeah, I just
No,
got
dude.
mine too.
It just got out of control, bro. And I was like, yeah, I gotta do something here because this ain't it.
You ever worry that you're going to cut your hair and then it just never comes back? That's my biggest fear.
I think the outcome would be that I would just lose my hair, right? Or my bugging.
Yeah, I mean, at that point.
Eventually your hair like gets dead ends or whatever, right? And you gotta cut it or no? But it just
Dead ends?
No.
just falls out, right? Yeah, it is what it is, bro.
You want me to call the next topic for you, Jake? No, I'm just kidding.
I guess.
No, but the idea that if one day I'm just like, I'm going to go get my hair cut and then it just never grows back. I'm like, oh shit, I'm bald now.
No. What if you got like a really good cut though, and then it didn't keep growing, and so you never had to get a cut again? Yeah.
That
So
would
it just always looked fresh.
Thoughts, Robert?
is that a possibility? Is that a real thing? Where you just get a
Just get this
nice
fresh
cut and it just
fade, bro.
permanently stays there?
Get this nice
Yeah,
fade and
bro,
then all of a
it's called-
sudden it doesn't grow back.
It's called the Lego disease.
Lego disease.
Let go? Like let go of your hair or what?
You know,
trying
on the
to
Lego, like when you put the Lego hair, it just stays, bro. You know what I mean?
I'm a
It
Lego
just stays the
person.
same.
I have helmet hair.
That's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be like, let me figure out what type of hair I want to have. Yeah, that's nice.
Just 3D print some hair on your head, bro.
Doesn't move. It's like a freaking brick.
Like,
So that's the world we're headed to. Some Hunger Games shit where everyone's just like wearing the most outlandish shit. One time you got your hair fucking all blue, like the. Never mind.
If you think about it, bro, like you remember like Beethoven and Mozart and all them cats, they had their hair like all kind of,
their wooden teeth.
And
I think a lot of those were like wigs, weren't they?
Put their powder on. They're like,
yeah, they were wigs, but I mean that was the do though,
Yeah,
that was the thing. That was the show my status. Look I got hair from a different person.
They were flexing, huh? Look how many rings I got up here.
Yeah, bro. Just freaking.
Life back then would have been so crazy. I guess not. It probably wasn't that crazy. It was probably just, well, let's wake up and just try and live. Just try and survive.
Did you know they found like a bunch of bodies buried in Benjamin Franklin's basement?
Mm-hmm. He was doing like research on them, probably.
Or he was a mass murderer.
Possibly.
He's pretty smart, apparently.
How do you know that? That's just a story that you heard. That's just a story that we all heard. Who do we hear it from? The people who wanted to tell it.
Eddie Joe Rogan.
You ever think about that? I was talking to my mom the other day, and I was like, do you ever think that like the stories that we hear are just stories that were told from probably really powerful people who wanted to carry that narrative? Like back then, it was really easy to shut people out. If you were educated, you just write it down. It's like, no, this is what I want to be remembered as. It's like, but that's not you. It's like, shut up.
Well, they had people in charge of writing like the history down, right? So like whoever was writing it could have just wrote whatever the fuck they wanted.
So we're just like here believing all of the stories, and
that's why I don't like history, bro. Because I feel like with history, like it's hard to, you can't really believe everything. Like there's a general like idea of like events that happen, but like the way that they describe it, I feel like is not accurate.
How do you know for sure though?
Like we don't. There's no way to know because you can't go back in time and like see what happened.
But you think now, because you have so many ways that you can get information. Like we feel like we're in the dark, but we probably have the best chance to at least kind of figure it out. Back then, you just had you had to write a letter to somebody and get it like through a pigeon or whatever means. You send somebody on fucking horseback and they're just like,
everybody has owls, bro.
Who says this? Someone doesn't like change the letter out, or how hard it is to just change that information.
I feel like that happened a lot. I did that in Assassin's Creed, bro.
Two guys on a horse, dude. They just like collide and they hit each other and they drop all their letters and then they just pick up the wrong ones. Oh, I just got an accident,
horses running into each other. Oh, there's a pile up on the freaking trail again. Damn it!
All of a sudden, dude, you're delivering.
Then those horses blow up.
A freaking recipe to someone that probably doesn't need it.
Hey, not everyone can have a hoodwinked. What's that damn owl in Harry Potter?
Hedwig.
Hoodwig.
Disrespect. Hedwig.
Hedwig. There you go. I couldn't remember, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know. You're over here writing letters, like part of that. Could you imagine they open the hear he?
It's crazy. Back then, we
probably do start out like that.
I wouldn't want to be a mail carrier back then. Be honest, Paul Revere, huh? It's like, hey, Paul, got a trip for you. I just got here, man. He's like, turn it around. Got to get back. He's like, all right. 2 weeks and deliver a message. Like, I get pissed off when I send an email and that shit like fails and I have to close the program and then reopen and send it back out.
I can't remember the last time that's happened to me, bro. What the heck?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
I've had instances where my phone will like go to send a text message and it's like message deliver failed. What? How? How's that even a thing still?
Dude, my phone has been so slow lately. It's been weird. I think those updates are really starting to affect it.
What model do you have?
The 12 Max, I think.
I think we have the same phone then.
Yeah, but bro, it's been slow, super slow. Damn,
All that
Apple.
porno,
bro.
I don't think that would affect your phone, but what is I think I don't know, because those updates, don't they affect your like, how fast?
Fortunately, they are. I mean, the point of an update is to
outdate your phone.
Will offer new services, but the new services usually will require more processing power. And if you don't upgrade what's inside of the device, then it can only do so much. And if you keep upgrading, that's where. I think there was a moment where Apple was actually pushing out updates to try and get you to upgrade. I think it was something with the battery.
How much farther ahead are these new iPhones compared to my old one? They can't be that much farther.
They're not. Dude. Phones at this point I think they've reached their peak. The most you can do is get better battery, better camera.
Oh, I think that's just me.
You can't hear me?
My headset was bugging.
Yeah, I don't think there's much you can do with a phone. Like, phone technology is
at its peak.
It's going to be wearables and augmented reality, I think, is going to be the focus, right? Iron Man type stuff where you have screens that are not actually there that you can. Hey, yes, Jarvis.
It's so crazy, bro.
Yeah, man, I could barely
hologram keyboards.
I think they actually have those. I think that's a thing.
I think so too.
You can order them. I don't know how good they work, but
I feel like they would be shitty. You wouldn't know where your fingers are, bro. Can't find the home keys. Where the home keys at? You can't feel anything.
Seriously. It would be irritating.
They'd be good for typers like Eddie, because he just freaking.
But wouldn't it be like if my hands are all the way up here and I'm over here typing, like, wouldn't that disrupt the connection of what I could be typing?
Not if you have a chip in your head and you don't need to type and you just think.
Yeah, I'm not a dog. I can think.
Dude, it's like that Total Recall movie.
Should be crazy.
That's another thing Elon Musk is working on, the chip thing. Can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Like we're dogs.
Neuralink.
Neuralink. Would you guys do it?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
What if you could, like,
I'm gonna die anyways.
What if you can program anything into your brain, bro, and you can learn stuff like boom.
He says that it's gonna eventually be to a point where you don't even have to talk to each other. You just.
Can you imagine that? Like,
I feel like that's not gonna be good, bro. I don't want people hearing my thoughts.
No, privacy is gonna be non-existent in a few years.
Dude,
all your information is gonna be available. I mean,
I could pass away, dude, and still be on this freaking podcast, dude, and I would just be acting the same way. Just a PC or computer generated thing, just spitting out my voice, my emotions.
Like that Chat PT or whatever.
I could make you better. I could upgrade you, make you look cuter.
Relax, dude.
Make you have better opinions. Make you less sucky.
Oh. Then you get rid of who you are.
I don't need flaws, Eddie.
All of a sudden, like, what? That is, I don't know, man. I'm not.
No,
down
I'm
for
just
this,
I'm
man.
I'm speaking in reference to Jake, not us. Just Jake.
Yeah, not you. It's just me.
Don't worry, Jake. I won't let that happen to you.
Would you do it, Mason? Get Neuralink?
I don't know, man.
I think you'd have to wait for a couple generations, right? At least get a couple of the bugs worked out.
I get
Yeah,
like as it is, bro. I don't even have shit in my head.
they got you wigging out, bro, because they can't get it right.
Imagine you're just sitting there and your shit shorts out, and you're just like, oh, fuck. Whoa.
Dude,
Damn.
this reminds me of that South Park movie where Kenny needs a transplant. He was like, "We replaced your heart with a hot potato."
What?
Yeah.
Is that in the movie?
Yeah, he freaking
What?
dies, and they give him a heart transplant, and they freaking replace his heart with a potato.
Isn't he always dying though?
He dies like
Yeah, man. Well,
every episode, pretty sure.
he don't come back
Like in the
after
first
that,
couple
'cause-
seasons.
Yeah. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
bro, can't
it's
be
gonna be like that. You're gonna
How does
have
he come back? Does he just randomly show up, or do they do like crazy nonsense like
just
that
like-
to bring him back?
He just wakes up like nothing ever happened.
They just start a
They
new
did shit.
episode and he's alive.
No, they did a whole like series on it. He was like a Mysterio man or something, and I can't remember what character, but he's a superhero, and his superpower was he can't die because he can't die, and every time he dies, he would continue on his mission trying to complete whatever he was trying to do, but he died the night prior, but his progress was made. It's almost like a game, ironically.
It's like saving your state. You're gonna be. That's another thing Elon Musk said. He said you're gonna be able
Good
to save your
checkpoint.
state. What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's like
Like you're gonna come back?
It's like a checkpoint. I'm probably pretty
Like-
sure.
Like
almost like
If you could have your body, let's say, like I have one body in Arizona, and then let's say I need to do something in, like, I frequent Idaho a ton, right? I just set up another body over there, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna save my state on this end. Hit the top.
one of them
Put
has
it
to
this
be a
body.
robot though, then, right? Because you
Yeah,
can't just.
one of them has
where
to
are
be,
you gonna get
one
the
has to
body
be a
from?
clone.
he would always wake up back in his bed, regardless of what
You
happened.
look like a
How can you wake up dead?
chappy out there, dude.
I don't know. If a mouse leaves the house, is it a rat? If a rat comes in the house, is it a
But
mouse?
if I clone myself, if there's two of me, because cloning is a thing, so I just clone myself. I get enough money. I save my state in this body and send it to the cloud. Boom, download it to the other clone, and then boom, I'm up.
But does
I'm
your
operating.
clone, when you clone yourself, does your clone have a conscience, or is it just like a cadaver?
It's like
Just
a
body.
It's just a body. It's just a vessel for my
For your
my
state.
mind, for my state. Yeah, essentially, just
That
convert
should
it
be
all
crazy,
in.
bro. Imagine
Bro,
like,
that's what.
I gotta go to work in California this weekend, and then you just freaking like
You
plug
go
in,
to bed.
and then you wake up in California.
You
Bro,
save so much gas
that's what
money, dude.
That's what you.
For real.
That's what them
You get yourself a
23andMes are,
nice little
bro.
body, huh?
I think you would like. Do you think it would be like how in Star Wars, you know, like when they go through hyperspeed and you would see like all the freaking lights? Do you think you would like see anything or feel anything, or do you think you would just wake up?
You just blink and you're already transferred. It just happens that fast.
Yeah, what does that look like when you're uploading? Like
Like
it would
on
have to
This
be
Is the
some type
End,
of.
when they're getting beamed up.
What happens? What happens if the power goes out while you're uploading? Do you lose all your data? Is your
Ooh.
Then you're
Ooh.
corrupted, bro. You get
You're
corrupted.
corrupted, bro.
You gotta have a backup file, like we did on one of the other pods. Gotta have a backup file.
Lower quality though.
Lower quality Robert. Walking around like
Yeah, bro. Are you corrupt now? You weren't able to save.
until I could get to a better
progress?
network. I'm just off like this.
Just hobbling along, dude.
That shit's
That was
crazy.
shot.
I wonder if that's what. I wonder if that's
Everyone
what
who
mentally handicapped people are. They're just stuck in a bad state. You know.
I don't know. Well, I'm just saying, bro. People who do those 23andMe's, man, they were cloned, bro, and then they replaced them with empty vessels.
Wait, what's 23andMe?
Isn't it where they do the DNA swabs and they find out that you're like,
related to
something
Genghis
and
Khan.
have something? Yeah.
Oh, like
It's like, I
ancestors.
It's
found
like a
out that
family
I'm,
tree.
yeah, I found out that I'm from Mexico. Well, yeah, no shit. So were your parents.
How do they understand? I don't understand how they're able to figure that out.
I don't know.
Apparently, there's a database that has all this information in it.
No, it's not. They
Or
just
maybe they
given
just lie
that
to you.
information to us. Let's see. I'm passing
Yeah.
on to him.
But they want me to
Well-
be related to so and so.
Who would you want to be related to?
Me?
Question: if you were related to Margot Robbie,
Yes.
same. If Margot Robbie was your sister, first blood sister,
No, bro, what's wrong with you? It's your sister. You made out with your sister, man.
if Margot Robbie was your stepsister,
Yeah, bro, I see that all the time. I'm stuck.
Margot Robbie was your cousin, Jake, would you?
No.
Shut up! You're so full of crap. I hate you right now.
You asked me a question, I answered it.
Not you're just cousins. It's Margot Robbie.
You're just cousins. Oh, sheesh.
Yeah, no.
Play that down, dude. It's a trap.
All of us, I think everyone has attractive cousins, and I don't think they're
Not
all,
that
"Oh,
not
yeah,
that attractive.
she's fine.
Like I'm just
but
saying,
she-
Eddie. You. No, never mind. Next topic.
Next topic.
Did you see this? Astronomers capture largest cosmic explosion ever witnessed. I was just looking at this a little bit earlier.
What is it?
What exploded?
Look at this. How do I do this?
Same way you shared the video.
I know, but it keeps freezing.
Oop.
Look at this.
Bro, that's not real. dude.
Fireball
That's
100
from
times
Guardians of the Galaxy.
the solar system,
Yeah,
thought to have been
Jim.
caused by
So-
gas
Yeah,
being
bro.
sucked into a supermassive black hole.
That's
I
a
think I saw that
movie,
on the
bro.
trailer.
Trace
So
8 billion light years away is 10 times brighter than any known supernova and has so far lasted more than 3 years. 100
So
times
like,
the size
would
of
we
the
have
solar
been
system.
able to see that without like a telescope or something?
Mm-mm.
It
Yes,
wasn't that big.
it went unnoticed for a year as it gradually got brighter. It's not that big. It's 8 billion light years away. It's 100 times the size of the solar system.
Bro, that's like
This event has released about 100 times as much energy as the sun will in its 10 billion year lifetime.
Holy smokes. You
How
think
do
it's
we
like
harness-
some
how do we get that energy, baby? We need to harness that.
it's
That
good
would be-
energy, right?
Yeah, that's
He's like a bad guy from a movie.
Mace. Yeah, he sounds like Gru right now.
Sound like Megamind, bro.
Dr. Evil, 1 million for billion. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna make an Austin Powers movie again. With all these
Like a
reboots that they're doing.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, dude.
I feel like no one else could play him.
Cast a new
like
Austin
Miles.
Powers.
No shot, bro. He is
Hollywood will do like a black Austin Powers from Australia or something, huh?
He is Austin Powers, though. How do you replace someone like that?
You don't. I think you just let those movies just rock out.
You know?
I love gold.
And he played everyone in that. Like
he's like Eddie Murphy.
They're making a new undercover the Hollywood cop movie.
Which one?
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills Cop.
They are
really. Oh, that's crazy, bro.
That's wild. I didn't know that. Babylon?
Yeah, they're bringing it back. Yeah, there's a couple of things.
I didn't watch Babylon. Anybody got any movie reviews? I watched Air, the Michael Jordan Nike movie.
How was that?
Was it on Netflix or what?
It's on Amazon Prime. You don't have to buy it.
Oh,
Eddie probably definitely didn't watch it if it's on Amazon Prime. We all know that. Really good movie. The reason I like the movie is because we all know the story goes. Clearly, Nike gets Michael Jordan, but they did it so good that you're still like you want to know how it all went down and like how they were competing against Adidas. It is crazy to think that Adidas and Converse were the powerhouses of basketball shoes then. Like Nike wasn't even like Michael Jordan was like, I'm not even looking. Like you could offer me all of what they're having and a car, and I'm not like you're still going to be number 3 on my list.
Yeah,
and
that's
now
pretty crazy.
We're at.
He got his own J's.
J's on my feet.
I mean, and it has
Towing in my Jordans.
Dude, that was my guy, bro. Riff Raff.
Whatever happened to him?
Bro, he's out there living the Vida Loca, bro. Yeah, Riff Raff.
Hey, yo, Riff Raff. If you're watching, tune in. Let's interview you. We should reach out to Riff Raff and see if we can get an interview.
Okay.
Oh, that's so crazy. I was just talking about him at work.
What about?
That quote that he says when he's like sitting in the car. What does he say? He's like, my goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody.
Yo, that's a fire quote. Dude, like, I don't want to blow up and act like I don't know anybody either. It's kind of a bar.
Dude, he's crazy, man. He's dope.
Did you guys ever watch that movie Spring Breakers? I think.
Yeah.
It was like
James Franco sucks that good like it's a dick. Yep.
Yeah, that was weird.
That's he's playing Riff Raff in that movie.
It's like a mock representation of him.
Yeah, and Gucci Mane.
Vanessa Hudgens is in that movie, right?
Yeah, and Selena Gomez.
She's
like
only
Mean
in for like
Girls,
20 minutes,
I think.
though.
Selena Gomez is like the main character.
Is she? I thought she was in it for like 20 minutes or something.
No, it's like the movie like follows her kind of.
Yeah, I just remember they're like all naked in the hot tub, and she wasn't there.
Bro,
you were bummed out.
What do you? I think we're talking about
Breakers,
different
right?
I don't think I've seen this movie.
Yeah, Eddie watched the Spring Breakers.
Oh, are you sure, bro?
Dude, this.
No, I'm just playing.
Spring Breakers. I'm
probably watching like Girls Gone Wild or
right?
some bullshit, dude.
Girls Gone
Wild. Bro, this is this movie. I'm positive.
Okay.
It's been a minute, but I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. It's been a while though. I just watched Bruno the other day, bro. I forgot how ridiculous that movie was.
I never saw that one.
Sacha Baron Cohen. Genius.
Bro, it is so cringe, bro. When he has this social group and then like the trailer is just him like twirling his dick around. And everyone's just like, what the fuck are we watching?
You went and saw that in theaters, didn't you?
Yeah, dude. Me, Eric, and someone else. But man, people were just leaving.
I would imagine in Idaho, like that movie probably went driving people crazy. I mean,
It was ahead of his time, bro. I feel like if that shit came out nowadays, people would be all over it.
Regardless if the people are leaving or not, the freaking theater was full. I mean, it was half full when it was over, but still, it was full when we got there.
They got their money, bro.
That
I don't
movie
think they got their money back.
I have not watched that movie. Everything I've seen from it looks extremely suspect. I'm like, I don't know if I can put up with the whole movie of this.
Dude, it's an epic movie, bro. It's genius. It's so funny.
What was the most recent one that he did?
It was Borat. He did Borat too.
Oh yeah, Borat too. I like his. I like the Ali G interviews.
Yeah, and he got that Rudy Giuliani guy pulling down his pants in the movie.
I wasn't shocked by that, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
Eddie, that could easily have been you.
Fuck! What do you mean? What are you talking about?
You get a girl in your room interviewing you. It's just you and her. You'd be like, "All right."
Yeah, no, because then you're insinuating that there's some like that's some like rapey vibes. We definitely don't do that.
Yeah, next topic.
That's no bueno.
The guy's got some cojones.
Yeah, man. I mean, the girl who actually played in that movie was the voice of the dog in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do you think he would have been able to put that movie out if he wasn't like specifically targeting? It seemed more so the right side. Like if he was going after the left, I don't think that movie happens.
You know, I don't think what specifically in that movie was he targeting on the right that was like so outrageous. I just think
he was just exposing dumbass people that were typically lined up with that ideology.
He's always exposed people though, regardless of ideologies. I think whatever's.
But right now, like, I think if you're a person who's exposed, like if you're, I guess he did kind of expose some people on the left too in that movie. I have to go back and watch it again.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about Borat
2?
Oh, the second one.
Because like in Borat 2, doesn't he infiltrate like a bunch of conspiracy theorist people and he like lives in their house with them?
Yeah, during the pandemic.
If he does that to a group that's on the left, right? Some what's the Antifa people? I don't think that movie happens.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know,
because the media typically goes after conservatives, and unless he put it out on like Fox, like a Fox.
Borat, you know, he said that his doctor over there in Kazakhstan proved that women's brains were the sizes of peanuts. You know?
We respect women on this channel.
Oh shit.
Eddie, you can't freeze on this one. You can't leave me hanging. Next topic.
Yeah, bro, it's a terrible time to freeze, dude. What the fuck, dude?
You know.
You laugh so hard it was the internet, bro. What the fuck?
No, they're listening.
Isn't that the movie where is it the Borat movie where they point out that spaceship that's in there? And the way he designed like the top of it to be pointier, and then Elon Musk took that idea and he actually did that with his own.
What?
For SpaceX. Did you not hear about that?
The second one or the first one?
I can't remember which one it is, but he threw a suggestion out about like some like spaceship or rocket ship or something. And then Elon Musk actually took that idea and then did
that was an actual real interview.
It was, right? He took something from that movie though?
What movie?
Or was it like an actual interview with him?
No, there was an interview where a guy had made a suggestion to Elon Musk, and then Elon Musk actually incorporated it into the design.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one, but this is a different one. This is like the actual character from MORANT.
Oh, probably. Elon Musk is a troll.
I can't remember where I saw it.
I feel
Look
like
it up.
Sacha Baron Cohen is probably a pretty smart guy too.
Oh yeah, you have to be to put that type of content out, because you're gonna get people are gonna come after you. You got to be able to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be able to handle that type of pushback. I think about him and Russell Brand is very similar in that way. Where,
dude, I actually like Russell Brand a lot. He's very charismatic. I think he's a very intelligent dude.
He has a lot of energy. I watch his videos and he just goes on, and I'm like, yo, you're just going. I can't even wrap my head around what you're saying right now, because it's just one thing, two.
Yeah, I like.
He took a heck of a transition too.
Yeah. I think he's a very also Lady Gaga. That's another person I love hearing talk, bro. She's very charismatic, bro. She's smart. I'm not a big fan of her music, but
who else do you like to listen to talk?
Man, not a lot of people. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really listen to people talk unless I'm engaging in the conversation. I can't remember the last podcast I actually tuned in for. I watched Pat McAfee, the draft spectacular. That was about it.
You see, he's joining ESPN.
I hope not, man, because then he's limiting himself. Part of what makes that show so great is his content that he's able to put out, and he can't do that shit on ESPN.
I'm pretty sure he just agreed to a deal. Yeah. Takes his YouTube show to ESPN.
That's whack, bro.
I don't think it's a good move, because you see what Portnoy just had to go through with the whole situation that just happened on Barstool with one of their top podcasters.
What happened there?
One of the dudes, I don't know what show it's from, but he was reciting rap lyrics on his show. You probably can guess where this is going. He said the N-word. And since Portnoy sold his company to Penn, they claimed that they were going to lose their licensing for gambling. So they made him fire him. And he didn't want to. Yeah, he didn't want to fire the guy. But he said he had to, because he doesn't own the company anymore.
Well, if he doesn't own the company, why would he have to fire him? If he sold it, right? That's not his responsibility. Or did he sell a portion of it?
Or I think he's not a majority owner, but he's still, I think, based off of,
like, he still runs it or something.
Yeah, he still is the.
Is he like in the exiting stages? Like he's still part of the company until like he kind of like
almost like the supervisor, like they deal
like fades out in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, like they'll make a deal, right, and then they'll just kind of like supervise.
I don't know if Portnoy had to fire him. I think they just said like they make the decision, and if they're like, "Yo, you have to fire him," you're gonna fire him. You're an employee.
Gotcha.
At that point, it's the same thing with. I just was listening to this one podcast, and they were talking about Tucker Carlson. There was some leaked footage of him going to do a show for Fox. This was before he got fired. And they wanted him to wear a specific sweater for the show. And he was like, I'm not going to do that. Ended up wearing the sweater.
That's crazy.
Yep. These motherfuckers are puppets out here.
Bro, they were saying another thing with like a lot of people, like Dave Chappelle was talking about it, how a lot of these black actors, they make them wear dresses in a lot of these movies.
What?
Yeah, I heard that too. I heard about that too.
What is this?
Yeah, they said that, they try to make a lot of these black actors wear, they're like, Dave, it'd be funny if you wore a dress. And then come to find out that a lot of these people, like, they try to make these black actors wear dresses in these roles. And a lot of them do it, but he didn't want to do it.
Really? Where did you see this at?
Oh man, I don't know if it was on a stand-up or a podcast, but I just seen it not too long ago.
That's weird.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it.
My water.
He refused.
You're gonna have to send me. So I can't find anything that says anything about that. But I wouldn't be surprised. Think about what all of these people who were trying to make it big. They go to Hollywood. They get an opportunity. Some guy's like, "Hey, I mean, you already had it happen to the most extreme where women were being taken advantage of. Even guys like Terry Crews said he was taken advantage of. Like wearing a dress. That's probably of all things. I'd be like, I guess you don't got to touch my booty hole. Okay, I'll put a dress on.
I don't know if it is to like demasculate them but you got to think of the like what is the thought behind it, is it like to demasculate them, is it to make
what gave you this idea to bring it up? Like you just thought it would be funny, or like I guess that's like their motive,
the power play.
Yeah, that's exactly. And is it maybe because they're trying to make the movie more presentable in a sense, where like they're trying to demasculate them in a sense, or like maybe show them like, look at this black guy in a dress, he's not as threatening or something.
The only thing I don't understand about
I don't know what
this claim is, what movie have you seen a black actor wearing a dress in?
Dude, now that you think about it, I can't. Now that I think about it, I couldn't name one off the spot. But
so you're probably this is probably not true.
No, he talked about it. He definitely talked about it.
Are you sure it wasn't a joke and he was just like an extreme example?
No, it wasn't. No, he was serious about it because he didn't want to do it, and he didn't want to do it. Yeah. I'll have to send you the link. I couldn't tell you like right out the gate, but it's there. I saw it on a something, but
it's all a power play. There might be some underlying like I'm going to make you feel small, or maybe if you don't like us, I don't know if you're racist, maybe, but I think more of it is just I have the ability to tell you to do this, so do it. And if you don't, I can.
You're fired.
Yeah. Fired. You're fired.
If you think about it, bro, think about how much crazy shit some of these people probably had to do to get into the situations that they're in now. Or where they're at now.
Yeah.
Doing some sus stuff.
I try not to think about it because we probably have like people that we look up to that are really good actors who've probably been just beaten down and
drop their name,
had a couple of dicks dropped on their face.
Dude, just massive freaking orgies. Aquí está, Could you imagine?
No.
I couldn't imagine if it was like if I heard something, if some news came out about Leonardo DiCaprio and that, I'd be like, no, not Leo, man.
No. Jack, no, not Jack.
But he's been in for such a long time, like as a kid, right? So the possibilities are probably more on that side than not.
Yeah, because he would have went through the phase where
when he was young.
It probably wasn't being regulated as much. Now people are kind of seems like they're like on their ass about it. But back, I'm sure like 10, 15 years ago, they were living the vida loca, bro.
Yeah, I think they probably still are too. They're just being way more careful about it. I mean,
Yeah.
people knew about Epstein.
Yeah. Was he killed, or did he hang himself, or was he killed?
Don't try and play that. We all know he was killed. They haven't even released any of the information on what like the clients and people that he was meeting with, and there's more information that's coming out. Like, I was just listening to some information that he had met with I think it was the CIA director when Obama was in. It was under the Obama administration. They met like 400 times over 2 years. So, like, every 2 weeks they met. Like, I don't even meet my parents that much in 2 years. What are you meeting Epstein? Like, what are you meeting about? And Bill Gates had a relationship with him after the fact.
After the fact of what?
After he had been actually convicted of what?
Everything.
Soliciting prostitution to a minor.
Dude, it's so crazy to me how like a lot of these things they kind of revolve around that, right? And I mean, look at that. What was that clothing brand? Balenciaga. Yeah.
Balenciaga.
Yeah, bro.
What did you just say?
Crazy. Balenciaga? I don't fucking know. That's some bullshit. Like
that shit sounds fire.
Hey, man. Copyright. Don't take it. But
I don't know anything about the Balenciaga situation. Didn't they do some type of campaign with like, was it almost like child pornography, almost kind of?
They have these
like
kids
sexualizing.
Yeah, and it's just like, man, like where does like infatuation with kids, like I don't understand.
Shirley Temple.
They were claiming that like Balenciaga is like Satanists, and that's why they like put it on Instagram, or like made it public, like the pictures that they put out, because like in Satanism, if you make it known, like you tell the truth of what you're doing, there's no like bad karma towards you.
So they were essentially exposing themselves to make themselves feel clean?
Yeah, basically. So like they're like exposing themselves so that the fault isn't on them. It's on whoever's
purchasing it,
looking at it,
or them.
Yeah.
What? This is real?
Yeah. That's like the Satanist thing. Don't ask
wild.
me why I know that. I was watching something on that Balenciaga thing.
I was like, what?
That's a Satanist. That's like what Satanists believe?
Yeah, so like an example is like the poison apple thing. Like if you are selling apples that are poisoned, but you don't tell people that they're poisoned and someone buys it and dies, like you're murdering them. But if you have an apple that's poisoned and you sell it, but you say poison apples, somebody buys it and dies, that's suicide. So you're not responsible for them killing themselves, basically. Even though you're the one that's providing the like system for them to do it.
That's like if I gave a diabetic a cookie. I was like, here you go. There you go.
I mean, but yeah, kind of. But if you think about it, it's the same with drugs. Like how many people overdose with drugs with them knowing that thought, that
like a possibility.
Yeah, is a possibility.
So
then it's on them. It's not on whoever sold them the drugs.
It's not. Yeah, it wouldn't be on the person who sold the drugs. So you can't. So in that scenario, you wouldn't be able to punish the person who was the drug dealer, right?
That would be the idea of being liable, right?
If someone dies from a drug overdose and they catch the person who sold them the drugs, are they just charged with selling drugs?
I don't think they're charged with murder.
I don't think they would get charged unless they're actually tampering with the drug, right? So in the
Yeah.
Mac Miller, they found out that his had been the drugs that he purchased and overdosed with had been actually like cut from or
Fentanyl.
laced with fentanyl. So when they caught that guy, they actually charged him. I don't know with what, but
there's so many drugs laced with fentanyl now.
right. But I think you would just catch a drug dealer and you would just put him away for dealing drugs. I think it would be hard to. I don't know with the
unless there is like I feel like unless there is like distinct proof that they sold the drugs to the person that overdosed, and they wanted to like pursue that, I feel like they couldn't.
The Mac Miller situation might be different because if it's a drug dealer who knows who's buying it, right? If they know that they're like a super famous person, then you probably are going to have more likely of a chance that they're going to pursue you. Because those people, the famous person is going to have more access to money to go after that person, right?
Did you know in Oregon though, you can, like, if you're dying from a terminal illness, you can buy drugs from a doctor or something. It's almost like a death cocktail, and they essentially sell you this thing to kill yourself.
I didn't know that.
I think
yeah,
you can do that. Like they give you like a morphine shot too, like if you're like basically dying, like if you're terminally ill.
Assisted suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is, and I seen a documentary on it, and yeah, I mean, granted, you're dying from a terminal illness, right? I get that, but
what do you think about that? I just saw that the same thing popped up in my critical thinking class. What do you feel if somebody let's say it's you. Let's say you were in a position where you're just miserable, and you were like, "I want you to give me something to put an end to it," like
mushrooms. Bro, they actually authorized.
Are you okay with that?
They actually authorized that you can take you can legally buy mushrooms and take mushrooms if you're dying, because it helps people to cope. Like it helps them cope with the fact that they're dying.
Yeah,
like in a beneficial way.
The only person I've ever heard of overdosing from mushrooms was the girl from freaking the Eminem album. I don't want to give you mushrooms, girl.
I don't think Mason's saying they give them mushrooms to die. They're prescribing them mushrooms to make them feel better.
No, that I understand. I understand. But what I'm saying is that, like, I'm talking about them prescribing you something that you will actually die from. I think
how do you feel about that? Would that be something that you would support?
I don't know. I mean, if I had a terminal illness, bro, I'm fucking going to Japan, bro. Him that bitch like Godzilla. Gaiaka. I'm just gonna live it up.
Let's just say you can't though.
What if you can't? What if you're
literally in your deathbed, dude? You're literally getting taken care of. You're like
your
nuisance, bro.
Wife is wiping your ass.
Yeah, bro, take me out.
Cleaning your duty pants every day.
Like you're just riding the wave until you just don't wake up one day, or you kind of short, or what?
Or do you think it should be on you? Do you think you would have to take your own life?
I feel like you would have to.
You
shouldn't put it on somebody else.
Yeah, ain't no shot that they're injecting you with this. I feel like you would have to, because then you're completely getting rid of the concept.
Or like, right? Okay, so like, what if you don't have the ability to speak, or like you're kind of like a vegetable, and they're like, because don't they give like the closest family member like the option to like pull the plug or not?
There you go. That's a good point. Okay, so let's say it's a family member who can't make that decision, and you're tasked with it, and you're like, all right, I can't watch this anymore.
Are they brain dead or not? Because if they're brain dead, they're dead. The only thing keeping them alive is machines.
Sure, brain dead. Let's just take it to the most extreme.
They're gone. They're gone. You got to let them go.
Eddie's cold, man.
Eddie's pulling the plug then.
Bro, they're brain dead. They ain't coming back from that, my guy.
It's like, wait, you said my wife had strep throat?
Hey, what if Elon Musk develops a system where they can come back, bro? They can save their state.
Like a week later after you pull the plug, bro.
Bro, that's
a week
like,
later.
How would you feel?
You hear that upgrade
Bro.
coming out?
Bro.
Bro, that's like that horror movie, The Mist, bro, where that dude kills his family and then the mist clears and he's like, no!
Is that the movie? I've never seen that movie.
It's like buying an
Yeah,
iPhone
bro.
14 and the 15 comes out, bro.
Not quite the same. Holding a new phone to your dead family is very different.
Look, man, I'm
You
just
just
saying
pull the
bad
plug on
timing.
your
Poor
grandma?
timing, all right?
You pull the plug on your
bro.
grandma, and then the new Neuralink update comes out, and it's like, yo, did you hear that new update came out this week? You could have saved your grandma.
Yeah, but you rely, even
grandma.
then though, like, is that really my grandma? Because that's technology, like, that's like, it's almost like talking to that Jat PP thing you guys are always talking about.
I mean, your grandma's yelling at you regardless, like, hey, ugly motherfucker. Like, you gonna get your shit together or what?
I'll be
Oh,
honest,
that,
man.
that's my
Yeah,
grandma.
perfect English. But my point is, right, is that, like, that's not really your grandma. That's something taking the identity of your loved one, right? What's that thing you guys are always ranting about? The Chat
Chupacabra.
PP thing.
It's like,
You said
What is
chat
it?
GBT.
That one.
you say chat PPP?
Yeah.
It's a chat. What? Well, that's what Eddie said. I didn't say that shit, dude.
Yeah, that thing,
Yeah,
bro.
GBT.
Like that thing is essentially it's almost like they study your
Behaviors.
mannerisms, your
That's a chatbot,
personality,
though.
but it's not you. What I'm saying is it's a similar idea.
So you're against it.
No,
But this thing, this
Neuralink
thing
is
would
different.
be you though, because it transfers everything in your consciousness.
It
just to
converts,
it.
yeah, it has a way of converting the information that's in your. Like, think about how information is already broken down right now, right? It's just taking pieces of it and sending it somewhere else. You're talking about just a chatbot, but if you had Neuralink and you actually had like it embedded with you for so long,
Bro,
and you're
there's
just
a
uploading that
movie
type of.
that Johnny
Isn't
Depp
there a
was in.
Ryan Reynolds movie like that?
Johnny
Dude,
Depp, he uploads his brain to the computer. Transcendence. That's what it's called.
You know what that all originated from Willy Wonka, bro. When he's trying to take this candy bar and transform it from this side of the room to this side of the room.
No, well, that's teleportation.
Yeah, that's teleportation.
But it's still the same. It's all pixelated, and then
that
he
is kind
puts
of
it
the
back
idea,
together and it's
though.
small.
Yeah.
That's just like
Do you think teleportation will be a thing?
And the Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. I just want to make that clear, not that Johnny Depp piece of shit.
teleportation. I don't know. How do you break like? You got to be able to break down your body into pieces and then put it back together. What does that even look like?
What happens if your pee-pee goes on backwards? It's a legitimate possibility. It could. I don't know.
I feel like it would
teleport
have to be
and
like,
your peepees in your butthole.
I feel like it would be more like a wormhole. Like there wouldn't be like it wouldn't disassemble your body. It would just be like a portal, you know, like a pinch in space.
Like on like Doctor Strange, like you have the little step in.
Yeah.
Jake, what do you think
about that whole thing?
Jake's lost. He's already tuned out.
Yeah,
he's still
dude.
thinking. He's
I'm
still thinking
checked out,
about.
bro.
Jake's like, if my grandma had strep throat, I'm pulling the plug, dude. Like, it doesn't even have to be that extreme. Get her out of here. Doc comes in, tells me that Chelsea has like the flu, and that she needs to take some antibiotics. I'm like, oh, that sucks, Doc. You're gonna have to pull the plug.
Bro, that's like Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights, bro.
He like starts putting the pillow on him.
Yeah, it's exactly. He's like, I want to tell you something. He's like, I spread my cheeks for Playboy magazine, Playgirl magazine.
I spread my butt cheeks as my concho.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
I think. I don't know. Teleportation. There's got to be. There's got to be at some point where technology advances that much that we have the ability to manipulate time. At some point, There's just got to be someone smarter than us.
Oh, bro, freaking the time traveler's wife. That guy was a genius. That's why he's able to teleport back and forth.
Who's a time traveler's wife?
It's a movie. It's just a movie.
You
But
think
anyways,
those teleport, or do you think that they just like they move so fast that it looks like they're teleporting?
I think they Millennium Falcon that bitch, bro. Just freaking.
Speaking of fast, do you guys see the trailer for the new Flash movie?
I'm not actually.
Is it like they're doing like a whole Flash, Superman, Batman movie, or Batgirl or Supergirl?
I didn't think he was gonna be in them because didn't Homeboy get in trouble for
Yeah.
like some crazy shit?
I'm surprised that they're still working with him. He was doing wild stuff.
Who?
Eliza Miller?
Ezra Miller?
Ezra Miller? Yeah.
As the Flash?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct and harassment after an incident at a bar in Hawaii. He yelled obscenities at a woman and lunged at a man. Temporary restraining order was issued against Miller after a couple alleged Miller entered their room and threatened them.
That wasn't even the worst part. He was like holding people hostage on his farm. They had kids and shit. Yeah, and he was like, it was kind of culty, bro. It was cultish.
Go feed my cows.
It's not worse than the dude from The Social Network committing cannibalism.
Zuckerberg?
Armie Hammer.
Who?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer.
Business partner that guy.
Armie Hammer? That's his name?
Yeah, the twins on Social Network. That's the dude's name, Armie Hammer.
That's not his name, bro. You're fucking...
Look at look at this. No, it's real. True story.
Is it spelled Armie? I hate it, bro.
Armie Hammer.
I'm not surprised that he started eating people, bro. With a name like that, I'm not surprised he started eating people.
Yeah, this guy.
He looks like a cannibal, dude.
Woman who says she had an intimate relation with him. Come on. Complex?
Like the actual actor?
His sexual fetishes from BDSM to drinking blood, cutting toes, and his alleged cannibalism. Yeah, I think he liked to drink her blood or something like that.
Like the actual actor?
Yes, the real guy. The real guy's name is Armie Hammer.
Did he get charged with any of that?
It says that he checked into a treatment facility that May and stayed until December.
Bro, there's no cure for cannibalism.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Once you get a taste of that meat, there's no going back.
What kind of treatment center treats cannibalism?
What kind of name is Armie Hammer, bro?
He takes eating ass to a whole new level.
Yo, you're stupid, bro.
Well, that's provocative, bro.
That boy likes eating the chili for real, for real.
Yeah, bro. No shot.
It's like Kobayashi out there, dude.
Jake, what are your thoughts on it?
I have none, bro. Speechless, bro.
Jake's like, I can't believe this guy's name's Armie Hammer.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, Armie Hammer. Beats me.
So they're eating that dick like Kimosabi. What is it?
I don't know, bro.
You're doing what? Yo, you got to be careful what you're saying because when you cut out, it's just different.
His name's Kobayashi, bro.
Kimosabi?
No, in the movie, he's like the freaking Step Brothers.
Oh, yeah, Kimosabi.
It's not Kimosabi.
No, he says Kobayashi.
Yeah.
Kobayashi. That's what it was.
I just said it like 3 times, and you're like, nah.
I think it's Kimosabi, bro.
You said
Mason.
that.
I think Mason said Kimosabi.
I'm gonna kick you in the face, bro. In game.
Eddie's mind is on eating booty now.
He didn't say eating. He was eating the dick, bro.
Yo, let's have this conversation that me and Eddie have been having about about females.
What?
I want to hear these guys' perspective on the current state of how women are out here.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Mason's first.
What's the topic? What's the conversation?
So the issue is women who are looking for something serious, but they're going onto these dating platforms and how do I say this
Being whores?
without being whores? Yeah, being whores. I was gonna say, and they're being whores, but they're demanding some shit from a real man. Like they want some real man shit, but they want to be out here doing their own thing and not being judged for it. And then, act in a type of way when, they don't, get what they want.
So what's the question exactly?
What are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on it? You think that that's like just from your experience? I'm not dating, right? So I don't necessarily see all of this. My perspective is, and me and Eddie have kind of had, back and forth about it. Like I say a lot of times when it's tough because I think when you go to those platforms, in my head, I just expect that I'm gonna get a whore, probably. Okay, so because I've never actually been part of it, but just from what I hear, that I wouldn't expect to find something like that out there. But also, I'm not running into these girls who are like, well, I'm on here, exploring options, but I still want something real. But they're not necessarily.
Here's my take.
Indicating with their actions.
If they're wanting something serious, then I feel like they need to take themselves seriously before they're gonna find that. And if they're like being,
salacious,
promiscuous,
yeah,
that's a good word.
And I feel like then they're not taking themselves seriously because they're not trying, I guess,
They're not practicing what they're preaching, type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to ask because I don't really know. I'm not out dating like that. Jake's not dating like that.
Like I get the fact, like you could be like, I want something serious. I don't know. I feel like.
What has been your experience, Mason? Like recently, are you even dating anyone?
No. I've been hanging out with that same girl.
Okay.
For a while.
But so you're not necessarily out on those dating apps and stuff like that?
No.
Probably best. It's probably best.
I'm just saying, I've met some interesting people on them, and two of my really good friends I've met on an app, right? And we've never done anything sexual, anything like that. We became really close friends. Some people I consider them like borderline in my circle, right? But I really think it's important to really, like one thing that drives me nuts, man, is like, and not even dating apps, because I could go out to a Target and meet somebody, right? I met this girl at Target not too long ago. She was a mom, right? But she was still hooking up with her baby daddy, but she wanted something serious. And I'm like, that's not really intriguing to me. I don't find that, like, that's fine, right? I think if people want to go out and be promiscuous and hook up with whatever, that's fine, right? I think that's totally fine if that's what they're looking for. But, to essentially demonize someone who has preferences, like that's just not what I'm really looking for. And and then they're like, well, you're fucking this or you're that or insecure. It's just like, no, man, I don't really.
It's like an insult to them. Like you're insulting them that you have standards.
Yeah, and it's like, I just don't find you hooking up with your baby daddy, who you have history with, right? Because this guy's hooked up with you before, obviously created a life with you, and he's going to think he's going to do it again, regardless of who's in the picture. And it's not the girls that I don't trust; it's the guys, man. Because guys are dogs, you know. What it's in our nature. It's in our nature, bro. You know, and
You
it's
got
hard,
that
man.
dog in me.
Bro. I'm the same
This
way,
guy.
bro. I'm the same way, bro. Right? But obviously, I just have those standards and stuff like that. It's just tough, you know. You don't go after
Sorry, I sound like
women.
a
You
fucking.
don't go.
I think it's good to have standards, and like if a girl like doesn't accept that, then that's that. She's just not it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think the problem is that a lot of dudes now they don't have standards because they're subscribing to OnlyFans, bro. It's
Yeah, I think that
it's
there's a
just
lot of different things that are going into it. There's also so many options. Think about how many ways that you can like meet a woman. Like you can go onto Instagram and just be flooded with all of these different accounts, right? You can go onto Facebook, you can go onto these, and it's like I feel like
It's
at
a
a
lot.
point that'd be so overwhelming. You're just like, well, I'm just gonna go turn on
It's
a
a lot
porno and
different
beat my
for
dick
men
or
versus
something.
women though too, because
yeah.
even like despite what a woman looks like, she's still gonna get way more attention than a man
Right.
on any
I agree.
sort of like social
Yeah.
media or online or like just texting, whatever, in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
That's
I don't even think like even even if you have all these platforms to meet people as dudes, that doesn't mean that you're out here meeting all these people, right? You have to bring something to the table in order to attract, a female, at least to some degree. Because imagine how many dudes are hitting them up.
so. Do you think that men like? Do you think because I think it's a combination of both. So you're having the females who are kind of setting these unrealistic expectations. Do you think men are just getting like so fed up with it that they're not even entertaining those like that's where their standards have dropped? It's like, okay, like there's no way I'll be able to ever like get where it is that they want me to be. Like it's a battle I'm never going to win, so I'm not even going to try.
It's funny because they be, like like some of these girls on OnlyFans, they're like, I know my value. Like, yeah,
There's
bro,
no
I'm
girl
paying
on
for
OnlyFans saying
$3.99 a
that,
month.
bro. That's bullshit. And if your
Bro,
value is $3.99
I
a
mean,
month, you need to fucking consider like where you're at in life, because some girls are out here could easily be charging like $19.99 or $24.
I'm just saying, bro. I see it.
1999, bro. This guy.
Yeah, I'm just saying, bro. I see in
That
what I do.
premium, bro.
I see OnlyFans a lot, right? And it's common, bro. I didn't realize how common. How many people
Think about
actually
how many
subscribe to
closeted
that shit?
people are actually on OnlyFans too. You're probably not telling me.
Ugh. It's nuts, man. It's
They
nuts.
say 1 in every 4 guys are on OnlyFans.
1 in
They
4.
say
That's
that?
it. That's not as much as I thought it was going to be. Actually,
Dude, that's a quarter of the population of
That's,
men.
I mean, there's 4 of us in this podcast, bro.
who is it?
Eddie?
Nah, I made that.
It's
I
Eddie.
made that up, bro.
Oh,
I made
I
that
was about
shit
to
up,
say.
bro.
All right.
This guy's trying
Regardless
to
of what you
get us
guys,
to battle against each other.
yeah. Regardless of what you guys think, bro. We ain't no.
What
we
about
ain't
you,
out here
Jake?
sleeping.
What do you think?
What about me?
What do you think about the way these women are out here acting like sluts and shit?
Honestly, bro, I don't even think I have the words for it, dude, just because it's... I think as soon as I see it, dude, I'm just instantly like, nope, like, I'm tunnel vision, dude. I'm looking past you. It's just, it is what it is. But I'm with you guys, dude. I think that, dude, like, I don't do the dating apps and stuff like that. Like, I'm pretty introverted, I'd say. So I don't like go out of my way to speak with women. Eddie definitely has more, I think, dating experience than I do.
What would you say, like, so, sorry to cut you off. Like, let me just say, like, for you, what, I guess for the most, like, have you had a recent interaction where you've, like, where, I guess, like there maybe was like an opportunity to like ask somebody on a date, maybe, or like I guess just like interactions with a girl in general. Like, what does that usually look like? Or female, woman.
Dude, I'll be honest with you, dude. I think it's just like whenever my biggest thing, dude, is I don't like get out and socialize, dude. The socializing that I get is from work. So when I talk to people at my work, I'm pretty cut and dry. Like if I'm talking to women at my workplace, even if they're attractive or not, like I
You're
address
not
them in the same
intention.
fashion. Like it's there's no like underlining like I'm showing a little bit of favorite here because maybe I'm crushing on them or versus someone else that might not be attractive. It's just it's the workplace, dude. I go there to work, get my shit done, and then that's it, dude. But socializing outside of that, dude, it's I don't do the dating apps, dude. It's just
Because you're afraid of running into those women.
but dude, I think that honestly, dude, I think just I get enough feedback from people where I'm like, yeah, that shit, that's not gonna
Right.
fly with me, dude. Like I'm not really for that. So I think that no, I think nowadays I feel like there is a decent amount of men out there that rather just be solo, man. Hit the gym, talk here and there, dude. Maybe hit up some women that may or may not put out, but um, I mean, at the end of the day, dude, they're probably not going to be putting a ring on any of those women's fingers. They might get the attention, but I don't know if they're wife material. I guess you could say so. They'll
I
get
think
what they
that's a
can for now, but in the long term, dude, the OnlyFans that they're subscribing to or the women they're hitting up, it might be just like a temporary happiness until maybe something happens. If not, they'll just run solo, dude.
You think it's you think fast food should be the blame? They're taking women out of the kitchen.
No comment.
What?
I'm thinking, like, I'm just thinking. Hey, don't come after me, people. But I'm just saying, like,
Did you elaborate? Yeah, I need some like clarification on this.
there's not
Yeah,
enough
bro, you're gonna get
women
us
who
canceled.
actually know how to take care of a man. It's not a thing that's taught anymore. It's let's figure out a way that I can get attention on this thing. And that's all my focus is. Go and get yourself some food from McDonald's or whatever. I just think like not to be I'm just, don't come after me. It was a joke. The kitchen thing was a joke. But there might be some merit to it, right?
Yeah, I think there are more
I'm getting
things
fucking
to that.
canceled, bro. I'm off.
Yeah, bro. Weird flex,
Shit,
but okay.
I definitely think there are more things to it, man.
That short's gonna blow up. I'm putting that shit on YouTube Shorts, bro. But for real, man, I feel like it's just like when so that's the thing that I love with Chelsea is like, dude, she makes me food and I'm like, damn, like it's fucking good food. I don't I don't know. I just feel like it's just there's not emphasis on trying to do those things that and I feel like we're trying to make everybody so like we're all the same. We're not. We are different. We like us as men, I can sit here and say that I'm fucking like at times I am like inconsiderate, like I'm a dog at times, like
We're meant to
kind
complement
of how
each
we
other.
are. It's like that's what we're here for.
meant to
We exist to complement each other. I think there's no denying that.
But
You have roles that you have to play.
you got to realize you got to realize though, but with your wife, right? You also have kids, right? She ain't gonna be out there buying McDonald's, right, every day of the week for every meal for your kids, right? I think it is more in the long term, in the long run, it is more profitable, healthier, better to be able to cook these meals for a family, right?
But I'm not saying in my situation just in terms of because I'm married. I would say that that's more so works to my like. I could say that because I actually have somebody who is doing those things, and it works out. And I've been with her since high school, right? I can make. I would say I can make those claims, but like, I don't know. I feel like nowadays, like whenever, even if you like get together with someone, it's like no one's making food. It's like, here, let's go pick this up and let's all eat together.
I hate that, the freaking Grubhub and the DoorDash, and oh, dude, I can't stand that stuff. I've never done it in my life. Once.
I've never done it.
once.
I did it once
Yeah.
at Robert's house, but it's because I didn't have a car.
I mean, it's beneficial. I think but it's one of those things. Like for me, where I have kids, sometimes I don't want to drag my kids out to go and grab something, or like if I'm working at home, I can just order something and get it here. Convenient. For you guys, it might be a little bit different, especially like in smaller places. Like you can just go somewhere and grab something real quick. But even then, like those services are still fucking whack. Like,
do you think culture might have something to do with it too?
Culture? I don't know, because I feel like it's happening across all cultures.
Well,
it's a convenience thing, bro.
It's the attention culture, bro. Everyone just wants attention.
I'm just saying, the other day, man, I went out with a buddy, and I feel like some of these girls are capable if they meet the right guy, and that's where it starts, man. If they meet
what type
the
of
right
girls?
guy and they are willing, I'm not going to say all, because like there are. Well,
the ratchet girls?
I'm just saying, dude, I've dated a couple ratchet girls, and they ended up being some of the best girlfriends I had after a period of time, where you're just like, you set these boundaries. Look, this is not going to happen. You ain't going to talk to me like that. I ain't that guy, so that's not. Don't let this bleed. Don't let what you have bleed into this, because this is completely new, right? The important thing is setting those boundaries and setting those standards. And some of the best relationships I've ever had were from some pretty ratchet ass girls, but it's just right. But there's also like some level of respect. They would have to want to, at least in some way, shape, or form, want to take care of them, right? But I think they're capable. It's just, can you be that type of man where they want to do that?
So
it goes both ways.
I wonder if in that situation, like if you think about a ratchet girl, most of them probably know that they are that, right? They're not going to shy away from it. It's like, I know that I'm going to act that way. So they are probably going to still connect with you in some instance. Like, I feel like the issue is a lot of these girls are just like acting like they don't have any responsibility in the way that they're being pursued or approached, right? Like, it's like, I'm not like,
well, what's the definition of a psycho? Somebody who does the same patterns over and over and over again, expecting change. If they're not changing, and they're not taking any accountability, right? Accountability, that's a big thing that a lot of people have now. There's no accountability anymore. No one wants to take accountability for what's going on, right? So like, if you're not taking accountability, looking in the mirror, what's going on? What am I doing? It's like those people who say like, I got no friends. I hate that, bro. When I run into people and they say I got no friends, it's a big red flag for me. It's like, really? Well, you're the common denominator here, right?
What if someone said I don't want friends?
That's different. They don't want them. But rather than saying I don't want, rather than being like want and have, right? I don't want friends. It's like, okay, well, some people don't want kids. Some people don't want a lot of shit, right? But when they say I don't have, like I try, but people this or people that, it's like, you're the common denominator here, right?
Facts.
You're the common denominator. So with that being said, it's probably a you thing. You're just failing to take accountability and look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing? What am I saying? Right? Accountability, man.
Yeah, a lot of people want to put the blame on others.
Point fingers all day, bro.
Yeah, bro. That's why I appreciate this group so much, because if I'm fucking up, I'm gonna get a finger on my chest telling me I'm fucking up.
I mean, we don't have to tell you. Your internet will just cut you off, and we won't. You'll know.
My point is, right, is that's why I appreciate the group that I have here, is because if I'm fucking up, I'll get a finger in the chest telling me I'm fucking up, by one of you guys. And a lot A lot of people don't have that, man, or they'll gas them up, or they'll just completely won't even bring up the topic. And it's important, man.
How does that change? How do we change that?
What?
How do we switch that? Just as a society, because it's like, and we talk about it in relationship to dating, but I think accountability. When you say the word accountability, like that spans.
I feel like it's more
everything
of
right
an
now.
individualistic thing. Like every single person has to be accountable for themselves in order for the society to be accountable.
So you're telling me that it's never
You
going
know
to
what I mean? Yeah, I don't think so.
There's always going to be a few bad apples, but what you can do individually, right, is like Robert, for instance, you have kids. You know, it starts with them, with each other. We hold each other accountable, right? I think that's where it starts. You know, I mean, even starting this podcast, right? You're just saying, hey, man, like we, it's important to get that message out. It's okay to fuck up, man. We're not perfect, right? But to be able to realize, like, hey, man, this is where I went wrong. I shouldn't probably do that, go that way again, or make the same approach. You know, and I think that's where it starts. You know, there's so
But
many
imagine
ways.
like how many people have kids who don't give a shit.
Yeah, they treat their
And then
they treat
those
their kids like
kids grow
pets,
up, bro,
man.
and
Like,
you know, it's just a cycle.
yeah, that's my
Gotta
worry,
break
is
the
that we
cycle,
have
man.
more people that are doing the opposite of kind of what we're speaking about, and it's becoming a rarity of what we have.
Gotta break the cycle.
Gotta break the cycle, man. You're right.
Yeah.
That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. You know, we can sit here and preach about it, but like Jake said earlier, man, if you're not practicing what you're preaching, right, or holding each other accountable, right, I think that's the big part of it. But also a lot of it is, you know, realizing that they're not. I don't ever expect you guys to come from like you're being malicious with intent, right? You're telling me this because you care. So that's why a lot of people they're so defensive about it, and they're like, oh yeah, like this fucking guy's being an asshole. It's like, no, he's just telling you because he don't want, you know, you out here fucking up.
Oh, that makes sense. I think that's a huge part. I think that it comes down to common sense. Like there's just like some situations where you're like, you know, it's wrong, and you have someone that's just like egging you on, like, oh, this person hurt my feelings, like, but they were just being real with you, and then you have someone in your ear that's like, yeah, they were being rude. You should just cut them out of your life, type of thing. And it's like,
That's such
if
toxic.
you know what I mean, dude, it's just like someone's feeding into that, and you're just, I don't know. I think logically speaking, or just common sense, it's kind of like it really shouldn't have been that big of a deal. You could have just been constructive criticism, or just like, hey, man, like this is another point of view. I think you should just like think about this, and instead you're kind of looking at it as someone's attacking you, and then all of a sudden you're like, well, they don't agree with me. I'm just gonna do me, basically. So I think that's the biggest thing that I see sometimes, is just people could be messing up, dude. In the back of your mind, you're like, that's wrong, but then someone's there to be like, hey, man, it's fine, it's fine. When it's really not fine, like you should probably think
Speak
about the
up on it.
situation, you know, what happened, and then kind of, you know, then plan of action or whatever. But no, it's the bad apples, dude. It's contagious sometimes, dude. Sometimes you see it, dude, and you're like, yo, I need to stay away from that.
I think we need to start bullying people again. I'm being real, man. We gotta start teaching our kids to bully the fucking dweebs in school again, man.
Bro,
everyone started to get soft, man. Everyone started to get soft, and it's like, nah, now we need to just put everybody back in their place. All the jocks, all you gamer nerds, you had your time. All right, you're dweebs again.
No,
all you
bro.
anime watchers.
That's not even because now men are more than, okay, for instance, men. I'm just gonna say men.
I'm kidding.
Men are more emotional now than ever, bro.
Exactly. So we need to start beating the shit out of the men.
Emotional men are dangerous, man. They're dangerous. They can cause a lot of, like, you know, they I don't know. I think that they deal a lot more harm when they're in their fields, and that's why men, they delete themselves more often way more than women. That's why, more shootings are by men. Think about the aggressors in relationship are by men, emotional men. We gotta find a way to keep our emotions in check, right? And that's why, like, it's hard because there has to be a level of toughness for sure, but if you start just picking on all these kids, and because now
You think it's gotten
men,
worse? Do you think it was better when we were bullying people?
well, it's different now because now, like, they're more emotional now, bro.
Why?
So then
Why is that?
Well, this could lead to, obviously, there's going to be,
Because we're not putting them in their place.
My point is, right, is that could lead to more problems right now. Now, eventually, you'd have to start somewhere, right?
Not if you're disciplining properly.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more like on the parents.
I think that's what it has to start with, is with the parents. I think a lot of people just don't want to be parents anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, no one just communicates, I feel like, dude. Like, I feel like probably a majority of kids don't even talk to their parents about like 90% of what's going on in their life, dude. They come home from dinner, how was school? Oh, it was good. But as far as like sitting down,
or they don't even get the question in the first place. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, oh, you make dinner, dude, but you go straight to the room and eat. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting at a table and.
Exactly my point. Fast food companies are responsible for all of the problems. We don't eat food at dinner with our families. We take it to our room. We don't have females in the kitchen cooking for us. And
people eat like shit.
We're unhappy. We're unhappy, man, because we're not getting good food made for us.
You know what's crazy, bro? I think some of the most stable dudes were raised by, like, the women who disciplined those dudes the most.
That's what I mean.
Like, my mom whooped my ass all the time because I didn't have any male fathers. Like, well, I have like male role models, right? But my point is like, I feel like the women who discipline the boys to like the 10th degree, those cats always grow up to be decent cats.
Facts.
You think it's the opposite, like with girls? Like, if they get disciplined more by their fathers, then they're more likely to turn out as like better human beings.
I don't know.
No, those are the girls that get abandoned by their fathers. Come on.
I think
that's your father, not at me.
Yeah, for real. I think if you're a good dad, I would think if you're a good dad to your daughter, right? You show them what a good man is, right? And then they don't like project down these paths.
Standards, man.
Yeah, it helps them set their standards higher, I would assume. But, don't quote me on that. But
I think that's true.
It all comes down to parenting, I think.
I think that's the next point too, is after parenting, do like just hoping that the kid does the right, you know what I mean, or tries to.
That's true.
I think too, like, because people will, like, when it comes to dating, dude, I could look past all the red flags, dude, and just be blinded by love, dude. I'm set on it, dude. I'm getting freaking hit with red flag after red flag, and it's like, dude, you're not thinking straight, dude. Your emotions are kicking in. Bad news, dude. You're cool, calm, collected, and have your boundaries set. I think you'll get a lot further in life, of course. So, I think that would definitely play a part. Like, hopefully you're raised to, see these things, and then hope that when you go out on your own, I'm not going to sit here and say you're not going to get heartbroken. I think that you'll probably be a better person for what you learned in the early stages of life.
Bro, I don't know, man. Sometimes, like, I see that, and I'd be dodging these red flags like I'm an Olympic skier, bro. Just.
So back to my original point. Margot Robbie has a bunch of red flags.
I'll be hitting my head on every red flag all the way down, bro.
Sometimes a nice pair of tits can cover a lot of red flags.
No.
Shut up, Eddie.
Trust me, man.
Eddie sees some of those things that's on top of that dude's head from Little Nicky, and he doesn't even see a red flag anymore. He's like,
are there boobs on my head? Yeah, big ones. Oh,
damn, man. Scary world out here. Scary world out here. I don't feel. I feel terrible for all of you guys. I'm locked in right now. We have these conversations, and I'm like, all of the arguments I ever had with Chelsea, I'm like, yo, I forget all of those. I'm not trying to get back out here in these streets ever.
It's not all bad. It's not all bad. You make good experience. They make for good stories.
Hey man, I don't need any stories. There's a bunch of books that I haven't read. I'm good.
We should just have a segment with Eddie. Just come on here once a week. Tell us about your last date last week, dude.
tell us about Swiss teeth shoddy.
Bro, I should make it a goal. Try to go on a date every week, once a week.
You should tell them that you do a podcast. Like, yo, I'm a podcaster.
Why didn't it work out? Like, what did you not see?
I feel like if I did that though, like you're kind of given a blueprint, right? Where these girls, they can like see these things and all of a sudden they can kind of tell me what I want to hear. And then what if we blow up and they got the cheat sheet? You know what I mean?
Then you just act like you don't know them after you blow up.
Like, no hablo inglés.
I do that shit all the time, bro.
The point, man, blow up and act like we don't know nobody.
Riff Riot.
That's the goal, man. That's the goal.
That's wild. Yeah, I'm not trying to be out here in these streets like that.
That's not that bad. You just gotta have a positive mindset about it, bro. You're gonna run into shitty people. There's a lot of shitty people out there, but it's about putting out what you want and doing your thing. Don't worry about what others. You can cut them out, bro. That price is way too high. You gotta cut it. It's that easy, my guy. That easy.
Big time. Well, hey, I'm good to call it there. That was hey, if anything, we got some good content before we get canceled. So.
What are we 8 in, dude? We got pretty far.
Right? Yeah, we'll end it with a banger with, 2.5 hour episode. This is the finale. This is the season finale. Breaking Bad.
I just finished that.
Next episode, we're gonna talk about Breaking Bad and what Jake thought.
Oh, dude, I have a lot of thoughts on it, dude. That show's wild.
We gotta leave them on a cliffhanger so they tune in.
True.
Yeah.
Next week.
Hey, make sure you tune in next week. I don't even know what episode we're on. We're on episode 8 right now. This shit's sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken. Yeah, fuck what you heard.
Except on Sunday.
Actually, we're over here shit on fast food and then promoting Chick-fil-A.
My pleasure.
It's been real. If you enjoy the podcast, hit that like button. Hey, hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get the counts up. We might even shout you out. We might even shout you out in an episode. Don't count on it. But
don't hold your breath. Yeah. That's a big ask.
Hit the subscribe button, man. Come on. What else are you gonna do?
Takes 2 seconds.
Yeah. Scroll down. Hit the subscribe button. You can get more content from the boys. We're gonna be out here shitting on everyone. Jake's gonna give his review next week on Breaking Bad. Check it out. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all later. Be nice to each other. Be accountable. Fucking weirdos.
Accountability.
Yeah. And then when we blow up, we won't even remember you guys. All right. Peace out.
Adios.
Cool.